Hello, my name is Andrew Collins and I'm a Telly Addict. Now, where was I? Oh yes, Big Brother's back. The whole country is on a knife edge for a number of different reasons, but none of them being Big Brother. The night manager's going out with a pop singer. That'll slow him down a bit. And there's a football tournament on. If I wanted to sum up the group stages of Euro 2016 in one perfect image, it would be this, from Germany, Ukraine.
I think he's 37, but it's just a number.
He looks 35.
He's only started 9 league games this season. He looks quite fresh for considering Muller hasn't really caused him too many problems up until now.
He did have that injury problem, Shevchuk.
The one-goal lead, the predominantly peaceful crowd, the single poetic black balloon floating into shot, unremarked upon by the commentary team of Jonathan Pearce and Danny Murphy, who were too busy muttering over the back fence about the age of the Ukrainian defender Vyacheslav Shevchuk, who is 37. That is your beautiful game. Now, staying in France.
Carmelite and lavender. Do you like it? Persian silk. Leave it alone.
An actor you've never seen before playing the brother of King Louis XIV, also played by an actor you've never seen before in a 17th century court rent asunder by succession issues, political manoeuvring, a clash of wigs and whispering campaigns.
He should be here. The king does not mourn.
In public, perhaps.
In truth, anywhere. It's not only protocol, the man does not weep.
A handsomely mounted period piece whose tripartite funding arrangement might have delivered a Euro pudding, this British-French-Canadian co-production, or co-prod as it's known in television, is pretty addictive. And if you thought Versailles was one of the swanky rebuilt stadia for the Euros, you might learn something.
What news of your son? Anton?
Such as, those wigs can bring a man down without proper rehydration. Versailles is the first English-speaking drama I've ever seen where I literally didn't recognise a single actor in it for 2 whole episodes. That fine supporting player, Pip Torrens, who was in The Force Awakens, turned up in episode 3. But that's your lot. It actually makes it a lot easier to suspend your disbelief, especially when matters get, frankly, unbelievable. A cross-dressing gay man beats the sheer ignorance out of a bigot. It's an empowering LGBT image for these rainbow times. All the best historical drama is coloured by allusions from the present. As long as you don't expect anyone to speak in French or in olden times language, you'll be fine.
You look nice.
That's enough royal protocol and palaces of excess. Let's get back to basics. From this to this.
Hey! But it's hard to imagine they're going to be 6 guys in ponchos singing Happy Birthday.
It's been a stressful few weeks, but if you want your heart repairing and your faith in the human spirit recharged, I prescribe a couple of episodes of BBC 4's Anti-X Factor, the UK's best part-time band. Not a search for a star exactly, more a search for the bar, a Britain's Actually Got Talent. Let gruff host Rod Gilbert explain the format.
Are you excited? Welcome to UK's best part-time band. There's no prize, there's no recording contract, no Christmas #1. There's nothing. It's a pointless waste of time, the whole thing.
Rod and 3 well-worn middle-aged pop stars travel the country in an actual van, meet amateur bands and give them a gig. And that's it. Yes, it's a bit blokey, but it's all about the getting there, and it makes a change from the usual genteel celebrity travelogue.
This is going to be awful. We're going to drive off the other end just 2 empty, desiccated husks of men.
2 ex-entertainers.
So ahead of us is Belfast. Do you have expectations, hopes?
Ireland has a great history of music.
Midjour was terrific on the first leg, knowledgeable, witty, self-effacing and always on hand with a hoary old rock anecdote.
This, I did my little stint with Thin Lizzy
Yeah. I went out to replace Gary Moore in an American tour. I'd never been to America before. And I got the phone call from Phil Lynott one night. I was in the studio finishing off the Versailles album, as you do. I thought, well, it's a long way to America. I'll learn the songs on the way. And they flew me out in Concorde. So I was halfway through the second song and we landed.
It's an honest pint of television in a plastic glass, and I wish it was on every Saturday. I won't lead the jury by showing you my favourite Skiffle and Blues Scar Fusion Bangra covers band. I'm sure you'll have your own. But there wasn't a dry beer mat in the Belfast limelight when Midge made this stirring stump speech on behalf of Mojo subscribers everywhere.
I don't want to get too serious about it. Our music industry has been hijacked. It's been taken over by... It's been taken over by mediocrity. It's dreadful. It's a cardinal sin that artists and bands like this can't make a living from making music.
I'm sure all the bands would appreciate even the modest exposure offered by BBC 4, and good luck to them all. I imagine the controller of BBC 4 will count the viewers like this. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, back to our own aristocracy, and another hoary old rock anecdote.
And I'll try and moderate my language here. But this is the nicest way of saying, you're all you're all you. And he took a billiard cue, you know, snooker cue, and rammed it up into the ceiling, like that. My went downstairs again. And I still felt a bit sort of proprietorial about the club, so I said to Alex James, I'm awfully sorry. I said, you know, this doesn't normally happen at the club. It's obviously someone's come in off the street, and
If you want to hear Stephen Fry's encounter with Liam Gallagher in context, you need to come in off the street and sit down to Alan Davies As Yet Untitled, a chat show on Dave, whose format is no format, but which encourages the best stories from the best people.
The best cocktail recipe ever is Noel Coward's recipe for a martini. He said, what you do is you pour a large amount of gin in a glass and you wave it in the general direction of Italy.
Nice to see the occasional alcoholic beverage being taken in these temperate times too. If I'm honest, the edition with Sandy Toksvig and Stephen Fry was perhaps a little too rich, too erudite, and in the case of some anecdotes, too rehearsed. But the effect of downing a pint of sherry was offset by interloper Alex Edelman, who jushed it up spiritedly.
you can't do anyone else.
I bet you're being modest. I bet you can do pretty much anyone. Because I remember I met Stephen once before and I asked what your blind spot was, like your knowledge blind spot. And do you remember what you said?
No.
You said the songs of R. Kelly. And so between Stephen Fry and myself, we know everything.
Ah, the healing power of laughter. Series 1 to 4 are all available on UKTV Play, and since UKTV now also produces Telly Addict, I suppose I'm wondering if I can be on Series 5. OK. It's traditional to end with a moment of zen, and when I saw that Channel 5 had a new series called The Secret Life of Kittens, the first ever TV documentary made about the feline species, I knew I'd struck catnip and relax.
This tunnel is far too small. And this one would be a tight squeeze. But this one is just right.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for the latest Telly Addict and more videos from UKTV.